Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Luba and today we decide to answer the question that we got a lot on emails and comments, and I answer that question every time I do a coaching call, is actually where to go when you consider to come to Ukraine. You know that Ukraine has a lot of different cities with a different culture, with a different cuisine, even it's like one country. But most of you are usually coming to big cities such as Odessa or Kiev, and the reason for that is that first of all, your arrivals usually come to the cities as it is a direct flights from US to Kiev or through Istanbul to Odessa, and it's how you arrive, or you coming with a big company, with the tour, with the socials that are holding in the big cities. They're the reason for them to have the socials in the cities, like we will keep it for later. But what if this city is not suits you, and how to understand is it suits you or no? So first thing that you need to know is that in Ukraine, even if you are a very experienced traveler, and it's not just my opinion, I heard it from the clients with whom I used to work, it's a bit more difficult to navigate and a little bit more difficult to travel, I would say that. And a lot of guys got confused and they think, maybe it's better for me to go to just Kiev and like some one other city rather than try to invent something new, because this way I'm sure that I know that there is a flight and I can get there and there's no problem. And I do agree that in Ukraine, at least for now, we're not that developed yet for the touristic part. So I'm sure that with current president we will change this and we will have much more things in English, because even in Kiev they have a subway and sometimes they say the stops in English, or even they have a signs for that. So it will come soon. But we have such cities, for example, as Poltava and Sumy, and there's also good agencies and legit girls. So how to get there, and should you go there or no? So before you arrive, you need to understand that if you live in a countryside, and for most of girls in Ukraine, unfortunately, America, it's only Los Angeles and New York, it would be very different and difficult for them to understand where exactly you live. And especially if you come to visit the girl in Kiev and you live in a countryside, most likely she will not want to move to the countryside. She just wants to stay in a city. A little fact that I'm going to share with you is that a lot of people in Kiev are originally not from Kiev, same as in Odessa. And the reason for that is that the cities has a lot of universities, and people from the village come to university, they study there, they live in a campus, and then they somehow try to stay there. Somebody got married, somebody got job, and so they kind of like try to stay because they don't want to go back to the village. Villages in Ukraine are different from US, I know, or like any other countrysides in Europe or in the Western world, but they want to live in a megapolis. They want to see this action, they want to live a full life, and they will not be happy and will be serious about moving to a countryside, when in smaller city you can have much bigger success with finding a lady for you. So before you arrive, you need to think what you should do and where are you from. I usually answer these questions and help you to make a plan where to go when I do a coaching calls, because of course I can't answer all the questions like when I just talk to you to the camera, because I don't know who you are and where you're from and what are your expectations. Are you looking for the lady who only speaks English, or is she with a child or no? All these questions, when you answer to me when we do one-on-one call, I understand that I can actually give you positive and good advice about where you should go. And I usually want guys to try minimum 2 or 3 cities. And these cities are not that highly promoted, Odessa and Kiev. I have no problems with these cities, to be honest, because one of the cities is my home city and I adore it, and according to architecture and just time to spend and see, it's the best city. And I've been in mostly all cities in Ukraine, and I really do truly love Odessa, and you will love as well. And Kiev has such a lot of different things, such as museums and war stuff, so a lot of guys are curious about that. But I really want you to experience something else, something different, such as smaller cities. We're not talking about villages, and there's a reason for that, because you have a little bit maybe wrong imagination about villages in Ukraine, and I'm definitely gonna share with you that next time. But smaller cities can be an option, combination with a big city. So another thing that a lot of guys struggle with choosing the city is like if you are the guy with a different race, if you're a black guy, or if you're Indian, or if you're Asian. So when I do a call, I also give them advice about where should they go and where should they start to be more successful, because this video was also highly requested about the guys from different race, and we're gonna do that soon. So to be more clear, you just need to understand that if there is a company who is arranging tour and they do this in this bigger city, sometimes it's not what you need. Sometimes you need to consider something else for yourself, and you don't have to be scared, because there's always way to arrange. Yes, maybe you will need to get there by train or by bus, but understand that you're not coming like on really like luxury vacation. You're coming to Ukraine to find your special lady, and you will do whatever it takes to be successful, to be happy, to not get rip off, to not be scammed, and to make sure that you actually got what you want. So if you have any other questions, please put them below, and I will with a happiness answer to them. If you want to do a coaching call, that when I will be able to know you personally a little bit more and will help you with the way what you should do and where to go, please do that, and I see you next time.